What's up guys, today we're going to be doing a Hearthstone video. We're going to be talking about the new expansion that Blizzard announced, One Night in Karazhan. So Blizzard announced this I think 2 days ago. They've also announced 7 cards with it. The expansion's coming out on the 11th of August, and for those of you guys that want to know, it's going to come out in the form of an adventure. So yes, you are going to have to pay if you want to get the expansion. So let's just jump right into this, and first card. The first card they've released is the Ivory Night. It's a 6 mana 4/4 with Battle Cry, discover a spell. Restore health to your hero equal to its cost. So, I have some thoughts on this card. It's pretty good. It's not really that good though. I think it's going to be a really good arena card because it's just slow enough for arena, and the thing with it in constructed is that it's too slow. Having a 6-drop with 4/4 and discover a spell, if it would be play a spell, like I know that's just overpowered right now, but that's what I'm saying, or if the stats were buffed up, something like that, that would make the card viable, but I don't think the card's going to be viable that much. Maybe in some form of mid-range paladin. It's mostly a card that's going to keep you ahead when you're about to go down. I don't think it's a card that will turn the table on you. So my predictions for this card right now are that the rating for constructed is a 6 out of 10, might see play. In arena I think it's going to be a pretty good card, so 7 out of 10. Sometimes in the 6 slot, I don't know, you might just have a stronger minion that you want, but it's pretty good. All around, decent card. So next card. Next card, the Kindly Grandmother. 2 mana, 1/1, Death Rattle, summon a 3/2 Big Bad Wolf. Okay, this card is really strong because it's similar to Haunted Creeper from Nexramas in that it's a 2 mana card, Death Rattle, summon something. Basically, you have to think about it like this. With this stat, this card, you're getting 4/3 worth of stats for 2 mana. That's a must include in every deck, right? But it's also a Hunter card that Blizzard seems to be pushing a lot of Death Rattles on Hunter with the new legendary they got last expansion. So maybe there's going to be a new type of N'Zoth Hunter, which that might be really strong. But just all around, it's a strong card. Getting 4/3 worth of stats for 2 mana. It's ridiculous. And plus, the Big Bad Wolf is also going to be a beast. So that's synergy with Houndmaster and other beast cards that Hunter have. So my predictions for this card are, for constructed, a 9 out of 10. I'm pretty sure most Hunter decks are going to run Kindly Grandmother. And for arena, the same thing. It's just all around a great card. Next card. The Enchanted Raven, a 1-drop 2/2. Okay, this card is really good. I'm not sure how good it is though, because we still haven't had a 1-drop with 2/2. People are comparing it to Zombie Chow, because it's a 1-drop with really strong stats. I think that Zombie Chow is still better than this because of the 3 mana. 3 mana is just such a hard thing. What am I saying? 3 health, sorry. 3 health is such a strong line, because there's a bunch of just minions that have 2 attack, and they can't kill the Zombie Chow. So my prediction for this card is going to be a 7 out of 10 for constructed, because it might be strong, but I don't really know how much you want to put a 1-drop that does nothing in your deck that's 2/2. Especially in Druid, that you just want to ramp up and play big minions. But it might be good for some type of Beast Druid. I see that in the latest expansions, they've been putting a bunch of Beast Druid cards. So maybe that's going to be a new type of deck that people are going to play. And for Arena, I think it's going to be a 10 out of 10, because 1-drops are just so strong in Arena. If you have 3 of these in your Arena run, I don't see how you could lose, because it's just so powerful. 2/2 worth of stats. I think that's self-explanatory. Next card. The Ethereal Peddler. So the Ethereal Peddler is a 5 mana card, 5/6 worth of stats. Battle Cry, reduce the cost of a card. Okay, sorry. Reduce the cost of cards in your hand from other classes by 2. Okay, it's a bit of a mouthful, but what this card does is, let's say you play Burgle, and you take 2 cards from your opponent. Let's say my opponent's playing Hunter, and I get Hunter's Mark and Call of the Wild. So, those 2 cards, when I play this card, when I play Ethereal Peddler, those 2 cards will be reduced by 2. I don't think this card will see much play though, because it has the stats of a Pit Fighter. It's not really all. Pit Fighter isn't played in competitive. It could be, but it's just not strong enough. And there aren't enough cards that steal cards from your opponent. And plus, there's a very big problem with this card. Your opponent could be playing Rogue. And if your opponent's playing Rogue, and you play this card, it has no effect. You're just playing a Pit Fighter, and Pit Fighter can't be played. So, for that, my prediction is a 5 out of 10 for Constructed. I don't think it's going to see much play. I might be wrong. Maybe in the expansion they release a bunch of steal cards from your opponents, and it's a great card. For Arena though, I think it's a 9 out of 10, because at least for me, I usually pick up some type of Burgle or something if I'm playing Rogue in Arena. And it's basically a Pit Fighter, so Pit Fighter plus cards you regularly pick in Arena, big tempo swings, all around, just good card for Arena. Next card, Firelands Portal. Okay, this is the mage spell that they released. 7 mana, deal 5 damage, summon a random 5 cost minion. So, a lot of people have mixed thoughts about this card. I think it's pretty good, mostly because just having a 5-drop minion. So you're basically getting 8 mana. So I'm just thinking about it like this. It's a slightly worse Fireball. Fireball cost 4. Let's say this one costs 3. 5 cost minion. 5 plus 3, 8. You're basically getting 8 mana worth of stats for this card. Seems pretty good. So yeah, these are my predictions. My prediction is an 8 out of 10 for Constructed. I think it's going to see play, because it's deal 5 damage, not to a minion. It's your choice. So I think that's a really powerful ability. It's good for burn, good for tempo. And for Arena, I don't think it's going to be that good, mostly because there are other good 7-drops for Arena. I think I would prefer to have Flame Strike instead of Firelands Portal, because Flame Strike is just such a powerful card when you're losing in Arena, and I don't think this is a big just turn the game around card. Well, Flame Strike is. So those are my predictions for this card. Next card, the Curator. Okay, this card's kind of funny. It's a 7-mana card, 4/6. It has Taunt and Battle Cry. Draw a Beast, Dragon, and Murloc from your deck. Okay, what the heck? Who's gonna run a Beast, Dragon, and Murloc in their deck, right? Well, maybe not the Murloc, but most people run Beasts and Dragons in their decks. Like, this is a pretty good card for Control, because if you're not running a Beast in Control, then you're probably running a Dragon. You're either running Alexstrasza, or Ysera, or something of that nature. So, or Chilmaw. So, this card is a 7-mana card. 7 mana, 4/6, draw a card. And if you only have a couple dragons in your deck, or a couple beasts, it's 7 mana, 4/6, draw Ysera, or draw Chilmaw. It might seem pretty weird, but honestly I think it's pretty good, so I gave it 7 out of 10. I don't know how good it's going to be from what I said. That's just something I'm thinking, but I think it might see some play. In Arena, I think it's a 5 out of 10. I don't think it's going to be that good, mostly because Arena is more luck based on how you pick your deck, so you can't really decide if you're going to play a Beast or a Dragon or a Murloc. And you're usually going to get a Beast or a Murloc in Arena, maybe a Dragon, but it's probably not going to have the same amount of just like tempo and just difference in game from what you're doing Constructed. So I don't think it's going to be that good of an Arena card. And now, last but not least, Barnes. Barnes is a 4-mana, 3/4 with the Battle Cry. Summon a 1/1 copy of a random minion in your deck. Okay, this is kind of similar to the Priest card that was released in the last expansion, Herald Village. So, I have no clue how this card's going to play out. This card is just so weird because you could literally make a deck around this card by playing mostly spells on a rogue and then just getting Malagos. And then you play this card on turn 4. And you have so since you play this card on turn 4, you get the Malagos. Let's say it's the only other card in your deck. You get that Malagos. You have a 1-drop Malagos. No, you don't even have a 1-drop Malagos. It just plays the Malagos. So, if it gets to survive, you have a 1-drop Malagos in your deck. But you would only need to have that Malagos in your deck, so it's just, I don't know. It's a really weird card. I don't know how strong it's going to be, because I thought the same thing when I saw Reno Jackson. I said no one's going to play this card, but everyone played it. It was really strong. Everyone made the decision of making of one of each card deck, and it worked out, and it was really good. So, in all honesty, I have no clue what it's going to be for Constructed. It might be great, might be garbage. I have no clue. In Arena, I don't think it's going to be that good, because in Arena it's mostly minion based, and when you play this card, you really don't want just a 1/1 minion. Yeah, I'll get a 1/1 Yeti. It's not really that good. But I'll give it a 4 out of 10, because it's going to be a 4/5 split along 2 bodies, which is technically worse. So I'd actually just prefer something like a Chillwind Yeti. Not that good. That's all for today, guys. If you liked the video, subscribe. If you want to see some Dota gameplay, check out my last video. That's it. Peace.